Good evening everyone, my name is Joyce Spare and welcome to this evening's training covering cold prospecting. Now, cold prospecting is actually the lifeblood of everyone's network marketing business, and if you learn this skill you will never run out of people to speak to about your business. Before I start though, I would like to apologise. This should have been a live webinar this evening, but we've experienced some horrendous technical problems and in the end we've had to record it as a normal video, so apologies again. And a big thank you to everyone who actually jumped onto the live one and for your patience. Okay, so let's get started. So, what is prospecting? Well, it's looking for gold or other precious minerals. And in LTW, what that means is we're looking for people who want to make money and who want to improve their lifestyle. So, basically everybody is a prospect, right? Well, no. In our opinion, everyone is a suspect. They don't actually become a prospect until you've qualified them. And so how do you qualify suspects to become prospects? You ask questions. And to do that, we all need a list of people. And you've probably heard it called the contact list or the prospect list. Once again, I prefer to call it the suspect list because I haven't confirmed them yet. And it's our job as network marketers to keep that list constantly topped up. And this is why when you join, you're asked to write out your list of at least 100 people. The more people you can write on your list, the better, because it's the lifeblood of your business. You should have been given a memory jogger, and it just lists people who you know. Who do you know where you work? Who do you know from school? Who do you know from your leisure activities? Who do you know through friends and family? All this sort of thing. And if you haven't got one, contact your upline because I'm sure they'll be able to supply you with one. So it's very important to have that big list, because if you only have a list of 4 people and 2 of those people say no, you've only got 50% of your list back, and suddenly you're panicking because you think, I've got no one else to talk to if these next 2 people say no. What am I going to do? So hence the importance. So if you have 100 people on your list and then 10 of them say no, you're quite relaxed because you've still got 90% of your list left. So that's another 90% people that you can go talk to. So please write down your list of people. It's so important. I can't stress enough how important it is to write these people down on paper. So let's look at ways of finding your suspects. Just a little joke here. My little fishy, he says, I'm a suspect and you'll find me everywhere. And basically the world is full of suspects. People that we need to talk to and find out if they're interested in our business. And if you're a fisherman, you'll understand what I'm about to say. The more rods that you have in the pool to find your suspects, the more likely you are to pull a suspect out or a fish out of the pond. And how do we do that? Well, this goes back to the list. You've got a list of warm markets of your family, your friends and your work colleagues, etc. And now, these days you also have social media, which didn't exist when I first joined network marketing. So you've got the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Pinterest. You've also got Facebook paid advertising, Google paid ads promoting your website, and then you've got the old-fashioned leaflets and flyers, shop window advertising, business networking events where you're meeting people face-to-face, blogging, which is very good, and cold prospecting. Now, cold prospecting really encompasses everything, really, because all these things here are basically cold prospecting, except for the first one, warm market, family, friends and work colleagues. So everything that I tell you can be used also for your warm market. So here's some of the do's and don'ts. Do speak to a minimum of 5 new people every day. And if you want your business to grow more quickly, speak to 10 or 20 new people every day. The more people you speak to, the more people will join you more quickly. And if your team are doing exactly what you're doing, speaking to 5, 10 or 20 people every day, your business is going to explode. And when you get massive growth, you get excitement, and you get more massive growth, and people start to make money. So decide how many people you're going to speak to every day and do it on a consistent basis. If you haven't reached your target, stay out or stay up or do whatever it is you do until you do reach your target. It might sound hard, but if you want to reach your goal, these are the things that you need to do. And get outside of your comfort zone, because you know if you're going outside your comfort zone, you are learning and growing your business. It's no different to when you get a new job. When you go to your new job the first day, you're uncomfortable, you're out of your comfort zone because you have no idea who the people are going to be like that you're working with. You're not sure how your position pans out until you've done it for a few days. And as you go to work each day, you become more and more comfortable within your new environment. You get to know the people. And it's no different to learning this business and learning the things that you have to do on a daily basis to make your business grow. And do build relationships with people. And you can do that by having a positive attitude, because people love to be around positive people, because everybody is talking doom and gloom all the while. So for someone positive to come within their circle, their 3-foot circle, it's wonderful for them. And if you've got that demeanour of success, you're going to create such curiosity with them that they'll want to know what it is that you're doing. Some of the don'ts is don't jump on people, because if you jump on people and try and tell them everything all at once, you'll scare them away. You smell of desperation. And don't try to explain LTW or any other business there and then. You know, all you're trying to do is to find out what it is that they want in life. The purpose is to get an appointment with them. So don't explain it there and then. That's not the time. And don't sound desperate. By that I mean, don't say, oh, I really need your help, because you don't need their help. You're helping them. And don't talk about what can be earned, because again, you don't know whether that will put people off or inspire them to know more. And don't prejudge. I can't emphasize enough how important this is. When I first heard about network marketing, I was prejudged. I wasn't invited. I invited myself along to a meeting. And it turned out that the person that Sean invited, he dropped out after 6 weeks, 2 months, I think. Whereas myself and Neil, we just grabbed it by the coattails and went with it. And we were Sean's largest part of his organisation. So if I hadn't have had the nerve to have asked, oh, can I come along, because I'd love to know how to make some extra money, there's lots of things I want, I would never have known about network marketing. And Sean would have never had the income he had through our business. So don't prejudge. Very important. You just never know. It's the most unlikely people sometimes that run with the business, and the people that you think are really going to go for it just flop. And don't quit just because you get a no. That's very important, because it's not personal to you. It just means that when you've spoken to them, it's not the right time for them yet. And Rudyard Kipling said it best. He said, I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and where and when, and how and why and who. And it's these what, where, when, why, how and who that we use to ask people questions. And there are 2 kinds of suspects. There's a person that you see on a regular basis, so you may not know them, but this is where you build the rapport over time, and you get to know as much as you can about the person, and you find out their why. So it could be that you go into a petrol station, or you to get your petrol, or you go into a new shop to buy your paper, or whatever it is you buy on a regular basis, just so that you can go and get to know these people over time and find out their why. And their why is the most important thing. That's the key to your business. That's what you want to find out, because it's the why that will be the hook, if you like, for you to be able to invite them along to see your business and try and share your gift, the gift that we have for them, network marketing, because it is a gift and it can help them achieve whatever they want in life if they see it. There's also the chance encounter, the person that you may never bump into again, and they're just as much of a suspect, but you have a lot less time to build the rapport with them. And this person, the chance encounter, for me is the best one personally. It's anybody who is within 3 feet of you, they are a suspect. And I always try and find a way that I can engage with them and go through the process I'm about to show you. Because it doesn't matter how you say something to somebody, if they're at the right place and the right time to learn another way to make money, it doesn't matter how well you say things or how badly you say things, they'll join. So don't get hung up on how you say things or being perfect. So what sort of questions do we ask? Well, we actually use the formula called FORM, and it stands for family, occupation, recreation, and money or motivation. People love to talk about themselves. It's amazing how they open up to you. They'll tell you their life story if you ask them. It never ceases to amaze me. So you could use the how, and you could say, how's your family? You know, how do you spend your leisure time? What do you do for a living? Where would you like to go for on holiday? Do you get paid what you're worth at work, do you think? All those sort of questions you can ask by using FORM, and you'll think of lot more, I'm sure. These are the basic rules, that you must learn the skills of your trade, and you learn the skills of your trade by practice. And the more you practice, the better you become. And don't be emotionally attached to the outcome when you speak to someone. Very important. We're not the hunters. We are here to educate and to help people understand what we have to offer. And what we have to offer is our gift to them, as I said before. So don't be emotionally attached. It's nothing personal. They're just not ready. And some will see it, some won't. But for every no that you get, you'll be one step closer to finding the person who says yes. Now, I must tell you this little story. Many years ago, a young couple were in our business and they came to our monthly house meeting that we used to hold. And they took me to one side in the kitchen and said, Joy, we've had 72 straight no's. Nobody wants to join our business. I said, good grief, you know, that's very unusual. And I got them to find, you know, what they were saying and what they were doing. They were doing everything correct. And I said, well, don't worry. It's fantastic news because you had 72 no's. There's no way you can get another 72. I can guarantee you, you keep on doing what you're doing now, you will get a yes within the next couple of days. And they phoned me up 2 days later, and actually 3 days later, say, yay, somebody said yes. And I said, I told you. And then after that, they were buzzing. And every person that they showed the business to after that joined. I think they had 10 or 15 people join them on the trot after that. So never get despondent if you have a lot of no's. Just be joyful that yes, it means I'm closer to a yes. Enjoy it, have fun. So this is why you have to be emotionally detached, because it's nothing personal. When people say no, it just means that they don't see it yet. You know, everything in their life is as they want it to be. They're happy. But the thing is, things can change. So when they say no, it's not for me, say, well, that's fine. No pressure, you know. But do you mind if I keep in touch with you? Because you never know, things might change in your life. And I can honestly say I've never had anyone say no to that. And so just make sure that you phone them up every few weeks just to see how things are going, because you never know. They might get made redundant suddenly out of the blue, or something will change to make them want to take a look, and they'll say yes. And always be yourself. Very important. Be natural. Because if you try, excuse me, if you try to be someone you're not, people will pick on it. They can feel the vibration. So be genuine, be you, and just keep on practicing, and you'll find what suits you best of all. And be enthusiastic, because enthusiasm is very contagious, and people love to be around enthusiastic people. And be focused, and always smile when you speak to people, face to face and on the telephone, because people can tell, they can hear the smile and the positive energy coming through your voice. And again, it attracts people to you. There's not enough positivity in the world these days, and so people like to be around people who are positive. Have a good, strong posture. Very important. Posture's everything. And don't apologise or be hesitant. Don't say, "Oh, I'm sorry to bother you, but I really need people to look at my business. Would you have a look at it for me? Because I need people to join." Don't be like that. Be positive. Take charge. Say, "Do you know, I found a way which is going to make us both rich. Do you know, I found a way that's going to help you achieve your goal of staying at home, looking after your baby, and bringing in a full-time income at the same time. Do you know, I found a way that can help you retire early within the next 5 years." That's all you've got to say. People will want to know. Be a friend collector. Build relationships. And if you build relationships, it builds trust. And when people know, like, and trust you, they will listen to you. And if the time's right for them, they'll join you. Very, very important. And you can build trust and relationships within a short period of time, within 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I can get someone's phone number from them within 3 to 4 minutes. If I'm at a checkout in Tesco's or somewhere, I just start chatting to the lady at the till. "How long? Oh, you look happy. How long have you been working here? Oh, you must enjoy it then." And you find out information. And if they don't like it, say, "Oh, well, I might have something that can help you earn as much as you are now or more, so you can get out of here. Would you be interested in knowing more?" And they say yes. You say, "Give me your phone number. I'll give you a call tonight. When's the best time to call you?" Right, so the scene is set. So we'll go over the 8 steps. Now, I've learnt these basic principles 30 years ago, showing my age there. Now, they're still being taught today because they work. Every successful networker is using this technique. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Why would you? If something's working well, use it. Copy what the successful people are doing, and you'll be successful too. And these are the steps that you need to learn and to perfect to be a successful prospector. So step 1, always be in a hurry. Step 2, always compliment the prospect. And it must be a genuine compliment from the heart. Step 3, make the invitation. Step 4, you ask, "If I, would you?" Step 5 is get the time commitment. Step 6 is confirm the time commitment. Step 7, confirm the follow-up call. And step 8 is you leave if it's face-to-face, or you put the phone down if you're talking to someone on the phone. So let's just cover step 1, be in a hurry. Now, the reason you want to be in a hurry is that people are always more attracted to those people who have things going on. And so if you start every call or face-to-face conversation, once you're with the face-to-face conversations, once you're at the point of where you want to try and get an appointment with them, you give them the impression that you're in a hurry. And if you do this, your invitations will be shorter, you'll get fewer questions, and you'll have less resistance from people giving you the phone number or the email. And people will be respectful, more respectful of your time. And remember, practice makes better. So the more times that you do this, the better you'll get. So for example, you'll say, "I tell you what, I don't have time to go into details now, but if you really meant what you said about wanting to retire early, I found a way that can help you do that within the next 3 to 5 years. Is that something you'd be interested to know more about?" They've got to say yes. And then we'll tell you what to say next. So you can say, I have to run now, but, gosh, it's at the time, I have to go, but. Just use the words that you find that comfortable and work for you. But it's important that they always know that you're busy and that your time is short. And don't forget to be enthusiastic and have that passion in your voice when you're talking to them. The second step is the compliment to the prospect. Now, it's very important that this compliment is sincere, because people will know, they can tell if you're being sincere or not. But if you give them a sincere compliment from your heart, people will open up to you immediately, and it makes them more likely to agree to listen to you and to what you have to say. So, for example, you could say, wow, you're really efficient. And that could be because maybe you've got someone in the house to do some work for you, whatever it might be, and you just say, well, that's really efficient. You're so good at your job. Have you been doing it long? Etc., etc. Or it could be somebody that's doing work for you in the garden, or it could be someone who's knocked on your door, trying to sell double glazing windows or anything, you know. Don't let any opportunity escape. If anyone is within 3 foot of you, you talk to them. So you just say, well, that's really efficient. Thanks, you've got my parcel to me on time. Thank you for looking after us so well. So maybe you've been in a restaurant. You seem to be a very smart business person. Oh, what a lovely baby you've got. What's the name? Is it a boy or a girl? And the questions just lead on then. People just love compliments. It helps to build a rapport between you. The next step is to make the invitation. Now there's the direct approach, which you can say, how long have you been working here? Do you plan on doing what you're doing now for the rest of your career? Do you keep your career's options open? You know, would you like to know another way that you can make a secondary income to top up what you're making now? Have you ever thought about starting up a business of your own? Or have you ever thought about adding an additional income stream to your current income? You could also say, this is the indirect approach. You could say, you meet somebody and you say, you seem a smart business person. Now, my company is expanding in this or your area. Would you do me a favour and take a look at it and see if you think it would work here? If you say that to them, they say, well, sure, I don't mind having a look. And I'll tell you what the next step is in a minute. Or you could say, I work with a company that's expanding in this area and I'm looking for some sharp or key people that might be interested in an additional income. Do you know anyone who fits that description? Now, if they're the teeniest bit curious, they'll say, well, I'd obviously need to look at it myself before I would pass it on to anyone. And you just say, well, sure, I understand that, no problem at all. Tell you what, give me your best email and I'll send you the link. Make sure you write it down correctly, you know, repeat it back and saying, what's your phone number? What's the best phone number to get you on and the time? And I can ring up and check that you've got the email and see what you're best like. Another indirect approach is, do you know anyone who is struggling with their businesses and might be looking for a way to diversify their income? Lots of people these days have small businesses and are struggling. And so many of them are looking for a way that can top up their income or even help keep their business afloat. Do you know anyone who is looking for a way to top up their pension or looking for a way to retire early? Or you could also say, if I could show you a way that would enable you to be able to do whatever you found out it might be, would you be interested in finding out more? So step 4 is, now you say, if I, would you? And the way you use that is, you'd say, if I give you a link to a website with a complete overview on how everything works, would you watch it? Or you could say, if I give you some official materials to look through which explains everything, would you read it? Or if I can arrange it, would you meet up with my manager for a coffee and a chat, because I'm really new at this business and I want you to get the correct and full information. If I invited you to a special invitation only webinar, would you attend? You can also say, if I invited you to a special invitation only Zoom call, would you attend? Now, if they say no, it's no problem. You just move on. It's just one of the no's that you need to go through to get to that all-important yes. And remember this, SW, 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 next. Some will, some won't. So what? Next. Now, step 5 is you ask for the commitment. So you say, when do you think you can watch the overview? When do you think you can read the materials? When could you attend the special invitation only webinar? And you wait for their response. When you ask them, would you, and they said yes, in their mind it was just someday. But now what you're doing is you've asked them for a time commitment, so it suddenly becomes real to them and they have to start thinking about, oh, when can I watch this? Now, if they say they don't know, we'll go back a little bit. And if they're really interested, they'll say, well, yeah, I can watch it tonight, or I can watch it tomorrow, or I can watch it next week. But if they say they don't know, what you need to respond with that is, well, look, I don't want to waste your or my time. Why don't you just say a time that you will be able to have time to watch it for definite? Because you've already said that you want to, we just need to confirm the time. So now that they've said yes to you twice, they said yes once, they would watch it, and they've said yes once, they'll confirm when. So the next step is 6, and to confirm the time. If you're on a phone call, you would say, okay, so they said that they can watch it on a Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. You would say, okay, what's your best email so that I can send you the information? Make sure you've got your pen ready, write it down, and then repeat it back to them to make sure you got it done correctly. And you say, so you said that you can watch it at 10. So if I call you at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, you'll definitely have watched it by then, yeah? And they say yes. If it's not convenient, you just tweak the times and confirm, but you make sure that you write it down in your diary and you phone them back when you say. Now, to confirm face-to-face invitation, they say yes and you say cool, give me your best email so that I can send you the link now or when I get home. And again, write it down, repeat it to them. Then you say, give me your best telephone number to give you a call on to make sure that you've received it okay and what you like best. Now you'll notice here the wording that I use. I say, give me your best. And I say, give me your telephone number. Very important, because when you're demanding a number and you're demanding the email, people are more likely to give it you than if you say, can I have? Because they can say no. So you just say, give me your best email. Give me your best telephone number. And step 7 is you confirm the follow-up call. So they say that they'd watched it at 8, so now you confirmed, and you say, well, so it's okay for me to call you then at 8:45 to see what you like best. And they'll either say yes or they'll say no. If they say no, you need to try and get them to confirm when they can actually speak to you. So preferably the next day, or evening. The longer you leave it, the less likely you are to get a successful outcome, because things happen in people's lives. It could well be when you phone them up that they haven't watched it, and that's fine too. You just say, that's no worries. When do you think you'll be able to watch it next? You know, will you be able to watch it this evening or within the next couple of days? And they'll just give you another date and say, cool, so if I phone you on this day, such a time, you'll be okay. You'll have watched it and we'll be able to chat. And they'll confirm that. Just write it down in your diary and make sure that you actually contact them at that time. So that's your job done for now. That's step 8. And you put the phone down if you're talking to them on the phone. And if you're talking to them face-to-face, you leave and you just say, fantastic, great to meet you. I'll make sure you get this email within the next couple of hours, and I'll give you a ring tonight at such and such, or whenever you've agreed with them, and we can have a chat. Lovely to chat to you. Speak soon. Bye. And don't get drawn into any more conversations. Remember, you're in a hurry. Now, the best thing that I like to do is I like to say to people, chat. Now, I can't promise you anything. Look, I'm in a bit of a rush. I've got to go now. But if I could show you a way that could enable you to retire early, or whatever it is that they've said, pay off your mortgage within the next 2 to 5 years or whatever, would you be interested in knowing how? They can't say no to that. If you've got down to what they really want, they won't say no. And so you just say, well, as I said, I really have to go now, but tell you what, give me your phone number and I'll give you a call later. What time is it best to give you a call? When would be the best time to call you? Tonight or tomorrow? And if they ask again, well, what is it? You say, well, as I said, I've got a rush now. I haven't got the time and it's not the best place. Give me your phone number and I'll give you a call tonight and we can have a chat. And they'll either confirm, yes, well, I can't speak to you tonight, but tomorrow's good. And you say, well, that's cool, in the day or the evening. Pin them down to a time and say, cool, I'll give you a call then. And when you're prospecting, what you have to remember is that you're a messenger, not the message. So do use third-party tools if you can. Don't try explaining LTW or any business in 5 minutes. You're not doing the business justice. You're not being fair to the prospect because they're not going to get the full picture. Just stick to the steps, get their phone number, get their email, send them the overview, or get them booked into a webinar or a Zoom call or a meeting. And learn to tell your story so prospects will be curious to learn more. Tell them how it changed your life, how it's enabled you to book a holiday that you've never been able to go on before, or how it's helped you buy nice clothes or pay chunks off your mortgage so that you'll be mortgage free by this time next year. Just be truthful. And if you don't have a story yet, be truthful again. Say, well, I've just started. I can see it's working. My upline has done this X, Y, Z, or my downline's done this. And the cool thing about this business is you're not limited to what you can earn. You could join this business and earn more than me. That's the beauty of this business. So, when it's the best time for us to get together so we can explain how it all works. So, we have 2 ears, 1 mouth, and the key is to learn to use them in that proportion. It's very, very important when you're asking questions that you listen. Make mental notes or physical notes and listen to what people say so that you know what their hot buttons are, and then ask the right questions and just follow the steps and you'll be very successful. So that's it, guys. I hope it's been of help. I've tried to cram a lot in. It's a big subject, but I hope you found it useful. You will be able to go over it again and again. So, and if you've got any questions, please get in touch with myself or Neil or your upline, and we'll all be very happy to help you. Look forward to seeing you all on the stage, getting your huge bonuses and all being very, very successful. Thanks for your time. Good night.